Armstrong from Armstrong Farm, and we're here with a Puntia cactus. So a Puntia is the prickly pear cactus, and this one's planted in a dry spot in front of my yard. And we are picking the prickly pear fruits today. So these are going to be turned into wine. Also great for sorbet and prickly pear jelly. So I'm here with my friend Johanna, and she's gonna make some wine with these cactus fruits. So where did you learn to make that beautiful wine that you make?
Well, you know, sometimes you have to try and figure out stuff. I was just juicing it and drinking it like that, or eating the fruit, but I went online and find out the recipe.
Oh, great.
And here I am.
With our cactus that we're picking today. So we're gonna use about 5 pounds of these in wine. I think I'm going to pick the rest of the remaining fruits off the Puntia and use that for jelly, my favorite thing to do with it. So jelly and sorbet are my two favorite things to do with it. I do a lot of sorbet.
But do you know that in Mexico they use that for diabetic treatment?
Yes, I do know that because I have a book called Prickly Pear Medicine.
Yeah,
and
that's
it talks all about the diabetes and lowering your...
That's what they use in Mexico. And I am the living proof of that because my sugar level was dead 100 for about 3 years. And since I started drinking that, it has gone down.
Super. There's another helpful benefit for an easy to grow plant.
Sometimes instead for people to go on medication, I mean that is the antidote for people with diabetes.
That's what Hippocrates said way back in the Greek times, right? Food is medicine.
Yes, that's
right.
right.
Thanks for joining us today. So we met Johanna at my prickly pear patch, and she was helping pick prickly pear fruits or tunas to make her wonderful wine that she makes. So she was kind enough to share some of that wine with me, and this is the fruit of the labor, and what a beautiful color and nice flavor. It's not too sweet, and makes a great wine. Johanna drinks it to help with diabetes. I'm not suggesting that you use plants to self-medicate yourself, but I think plants are very healing, and I think it's worth investigating that aspect of all plants. I used in my conversation with her prickly pear medicine, and I have studied this book quite a bit and enjoy a lot of the ideas out of this book. There's also some great recipes at the back of this book that I've enjoyed. I'm sure you'd find other items about prickly pear on the web as well. Nice tasting wine would go good with anything, nice after dinner wine. The other thing that I love to do with prickly pear is to take the young flexible pads and use them to make pickles. And so this is some of the pickles I've made with my prickly pear pads. They have a nice crunchy flavor, and this is a dill pickle, a little bit like a bread and butter pickle. So to make the pickle, so I take this flexible pad, and I usually will take the end off of it because it's where it's going to be a little bit more harder. I'll take the other end of it off, and then I'll cut the sides of it off. I'll discard those. Use those in the compost, right? So we'll take the ends of it off, and then I just scrape the cactus down. Get you can either, some people actually peel it, and you can do that. Or you can just scrape those spiny, if there's any more spines on it, you can just scrape those off. You can actually see some little teeny ones in there. So you scrape that down really well on this side. So this one's ready to rock. If the skin of the cactus seems a little tough, then you can actually peel the whole thing. But you don't have to. Then you flip it over and you repeat that process on the other side. So this is important to show you for a couple of different reasons, because if I was going to do Nopales or huevos, scrambled eggs and cactus pads, this would be the first process that I would typically do when I do it. And I'm sure there's some experts that know more than I do about that, but I know what I know, and I enjoy using this particular cactus. So you can slice these pads now this way, and that's ready for the pickle jar. Or this is ready to parboil and used in a vegetable meal. Or this is ready for your scrambled eggs and nopales. So this is a great way to use your easy to grow cactus. Let's go over to the little cactus patch at the farm here. We'll look at the puntia that I harvested this pad off of, and we'll also look at another variety of puntia that I grow here at the farm that is even more spineless and has nice flexible pads, puts out a lot of pad for pad production. There are lots of different types of puntias, and a good portion of them are edible. So we're at one of my little prickly pear patches, or puntia patches, here at the farm. This is the one that I showed you with making the pickles at. So these are the pads that you would twist off. I would suggest that you use some disposable kitchen gloves for this process, and that way you won't get the little teensy spines in your fingers. Also, this is the variety that I use that has the fruit on it. It has the beautiful yellow flowers that come up on the top of the cactus, and then the cactus will slowly start turning purple throughout the summer season, and then in the late summer and all the way into the winter, these fruits are usable in all the wonderful things that we talked about earlier. Let's go see our other puntia that I use a lot on the farm property. So this is another useful puntia on our property. Sometimes this one is called Nopales, which is just another common name like prickly pear. This one has a fruit, but the fruit is not as useful as the other fruit. It never gets juicy and sweet as the other fruit, at least not in my experience here at the farm. But what I do like about this particular variety is it is almost completely spineless, and so it's a little bit easier to make our pickles and other dishes with it. And it has a nice green color, grows into a big plant, and is a nice landscape plant. So where could you find these plants? You could find them at Eat Your Yard, 8220 Moncrief Road West. We're open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and support our YouTube channel and like our videos. Thanks for joining us today. Hope to see you eating your yard.